You're with the Breaker Leggers!
And the Little Leggers!
And the Little Leggers are with us because we are seeing a family show here at the Belgrade Theatre in Coventry.
Yes, and that's the UK tour, but London bound, The Worst Witch.
So stick around to hear our Little Legger thoughts and Big Legger thoughts.
Find out how many stars and whether it's break a leg
or leg it!
The Worst Witch is what we're catching.
Yep.
Did you say it's heading into London?
It is. It's running at the Vaudeville Theatre in London for a 60 performance run between the 4th of July and the 8th of September. But it's still got a few stops on the UK tour. It's been out for a little while as well, so you may have already seen it or you're planning to catch it. Let us know down below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, The Worst Witch. I remember these books being around when I was at school.
These are old school.
Yeah.
I've never read them.
So this show is based on Jill Murphy's beloved best-selling book series, which was first published in 1974, long before a certain boy wizard travelled to his own magical school. What can you tell us about the story of The Worst Witch, Little Leggerling? Because I know you've caught it on Netflix, the CBBC show,
Just
right?
recently, right?
So it's about this girl called Mildred Hubble, who is a witch but doesn't come from a witching family, which means she's 11 years behind the rest of her schoolmates.
Okay.
And it's about her and her best friend, Maud Spellbody, who's all into studying and books, and Enid Nightshade, who's all into fun. And their worst enemy is Ethel Hallow.
Interesting.
So it does sound a bit Harry Potter-esque.
It does. Let's not mention him though, because this is about a witch, right?
Okay.
We're not mentioning the HP words.
So we can't say that name again.
I know you've caught
HP
he who must not be named.
He who must not be named.
But the other one.
Okay.
I know you've caught it too, Little Legger Spence. Who's your favourite character and why?
My favourite character is Mr. Nightshade, who is Enid Nightshade's dad.
Okay. Why?
And I like him because whenever it comes to parents' evening, whenever Enid Nightshade does bad things, he always just uses his money and bribes the head teachers.
Well,
to have money.
Let's hope for your sake that it makes an appearance. Slightly worrying that that's your best thing about it, best thing about the story. Anyway, this new stage adaptation is an original story based on those beloved characters by Emma Reeves this time, directed by Theresa Heskins, and features original songs, music, and more than a healthy dose of magic.
Okay.
Now, it's around 2 hours plus intervals, about an hour each act, perfect for a family show. I can't wait to get in and find out what it's all about.
Yeah, so it's got an interval, so you can stick around to hear all of our thoughts then.
Yes, and right till the very end where we'll tell you how many stars.
We've come to the interval, which means it is time for the Breaker Leggers
30-second interval breakdown.
So, what do you think, Little Legger Spence?
I liked it a lot, but not too much. I really liked the set.
Great.
Okay,
what
good.
did you like, Little Leggerling?
I think the person who plays Ethel is really good. She's fits into the character really well of that snobbish girl who always wants to come top in the class and will do anything to get that.
Great. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's got a huge amount of creativity. I think it's fairly inspiring. What about you?
Yes, I'm really liking the creativity, really liking the music and the singing. It's a play with music.
We're back, witches!
Yes, witches,
to
we
the
are back.
end of the Worst Witch UK tour, and I mean, I'm going to just go straight in for it. I had a blast. I had an absolute whale of a time. It was spellbinding, magical, and some of the most inventive staging I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
But it's a family show.
I was going to say, it's a family show.
So let's talk more about the family. Little Legger Spencer, what did you particularly like about the show in general?
I liked how they did the magic, and I really liked Miss Cackle.
Yep, Miss Cackle, played by Polly Lister.
Yeah, was that the one that was she was a twin?
Yeah, she was two people,
So
and
she-
that was really cool.
Yes.
It was cool.
I think it's a real a kind of test of an actor's ability to have to act and sing and perform and characterise two very opposite people all at once, which she did.
Yeah, and they come up with some really creative ways to get that across. I think that's probably something about the whole production, is it is very creative and very imaginative. Lots of different varied ideas going on, which is nice to see.
Yeah. Is there anything else you liked?
I really liked the bit where she was one person, but two people at the same time, and half of her was Agatha, and one half was Ada. So,
Yeah.
And one time she was facing that way as Ada, then next time
She was
that
facing
way.
the other way.
Yeah, very
was really
interesting.
fun.
Fun staging. Pulled off really, really well, I thought.
Yeah, she had some really good comedy moments as well, some nice comedy interaction with the audience. We hated her, we were booing,
Yeah.
and she rode the waves of that really well.
And I think those panto-style moments work well in a family show anyway, and they weren't overly used here, but they drew you in as an audience. They had those moments where you became part of the plot, and ultimately helped save the day. We won't give you too much away, but yes, you have to join in and literally become part of the action, which I really liked. How about you? What did you like, little Link?
I really liked Ethel Hallow.
Yeah, played by Rosie Abraham.
Like I said in the interval, she was really good, really getting into character as the snobby girl who wants to be top of the class and will do anything to get that.
Ruthless.
Yeah, great comic timing. Got some laughs because I think as a parent of children of maybe approaching teenage years, you start to see certain traits of that character in your own children. May I just say?
Not from Little Legger, not a court, never.
Never any of those sorts of little spoiled, sort of entitled moments are there, but no, we recognise some of those, I think.
I thought she was really good. She was really strong as an actress,
Yeah,
brilliantly
committed.
cast. She had all the nuances, and as Little Legger Lincoln was saying, the characterization was great. I really enjoyed and was hooked on every single word she was saying.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah, who else did you like? Anyone?
I also really liked Miss Hardbroom. I thought she was really good.
Rachel Heaton, gotta say, killer cheekbones.
Killer cheekbones. She looked right,
Amazing,
perfectly
yeah.
cast, all in the costume, very black.
commanding, wasn't
yeah.
she?
Yeah, yet again, very into character.
Great.
Yeah.
How about parts of the story? Were there any bits of that you liked?
I liked how they included what I know from The Worst Witch
Oh, okay.
in the start, and then added in their own storyline.
Took it in a totally different direction.
Yeah, and how it was a play, like a play
play.
A play
performed
within a play.
by Miss Cackle's students.
Yeah, it is a clever concept. It is
Yeah.
them putting on a production, and like I say, no spoilers, but then we get drawn into the story of the story.
And I think that was a big
That's clever.
surprise for me. Is I thought it just knows itself and knows its limitations, but it really opens up in the second act and becomes more of what I was expecting going in. I think
dark.
Yeah, it becomes a little bit dark, and I think I made a big allowances for it in Act 1, but I didn't need to because come Act 2, it completes itself. But I don't want to give too much away. Performance-wise, I loved Consuela Rolli as Enid Nightshade.
Yes.
She had a great voice, really leading sort of the ensemble as a chorus in the singing, but also those sort of laugh out loud, almost a bit double entendre moments from her.
What's up, witches?
What's up, witches?
That was her kind of saying, wasn't it?
Loved
Witches.
her characterisation, but brought together entirely by the Theresa Heskins, the director, because, I mean, you've got a limited set, you're a touring production, you've got to think, what can I put in here special effect-wise? What's going to hit the road well? And I just think she's done a wonderful job of leading
Yeah, there
them
were some, like I say,
across the country.
some really nice creative ideas. At the start, you had really nice, like, acrobatic aerial moments when they're on the brooms. That was really nice touches. Some really nice use of simple stage magic and boxes.
Yeah,
I
anything
thought.
you liked about what you saw? You said you were a big fan of the set, right?
Yes. What did you like about the set, Little Legger Spencer?
I liked how they had like one piece of set as like the outside and the inside of the school. But then when they went out into the forest, they also had another bit that came down, and it made it look like it was a big hill, and the school was on top of the big hill.
Yeah, a lot of
really
silhouette
like that.
work and outline work.
Yeah. And again, when it all kind of fell apart as well, kind of
Yeah.
demolished and
Liked
destroyed.
it how it went from there, and how the explosion-y
flashy light things went.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that was cool.
The set was really good because it was like the whole building. Most of the set was there. There was just like 1 or 2 scenes where it wasn't just bits and pieces put in that one structure.
Which then meant that it could move very quickly between scenes. We weren't stuck and kind of waiting for scene changes to happen. They could. There was montage moments where we could go between classes and between rooms very quickly.
Yeah,
so it had good pace.
Simon Dorr was the designer, and I know that little Big Legger even, you thought the music drove the piece really well.
I thought the score was great, and they've done it well because they haven't called it a musical. I think if they'd called it a musical, I would have seen this very different, and there is music throughout. There's underscoring throughout. The 3 main musicians, also double up as teachers, as parts as well, so they are integral to it. The vocals, they were singing, the 3 musicians also sang, and the blending, the harmonies were beautiful. So acting, vocalists and musicians, a very talented cast.
Luke Potter was the composer.
And Luke Potter was the composer. There you go.
Another thing that I really liked was at the start, the cast came out into the audience and talked to you, and
they did.
a few of the worst Twitch fans was like
Greeting them in the
Doing
way
the
that
and
greeting.
they
then
would.
they talked to you, and it was really good.
That was nice interactive stuff at the start to kind of break those moments down.
Fantastic. Let's wrap it up then. So, for the Worst Witch UK tour, before it heads into London town, we are going to give
4 stars for this piece.
Hop on your broomstick and see this show. I think it's cross-generational as well, because there'll be mums out there that knew the books from their childhood, that were brought up on the original TV movie from the 1980s. It's been brought to a whole new audience on screen in the Netflix CBBC production, but now it's live on stage and those characters are literally alive in front of you. They're interactive. It's a really original story which is told in such a compelling and dynamic way. I loved it.
Imaginative way. I think that's the thing. It's nice and imaginative, creative,
theatre.
and it moves at a nice pace. Lovely scoring.
What I really liked from you guys was, even in the interval, I think you were inspired by the moments. You were pretending you were invisible. You know, I think we'll be taking this sort of thing home with us, and you know, you could act this out in your own house, couldn't you?
I think that's
That
really
sort of-
nice thing as Big Leggers, as parents. You know, I was looking over at the kids and I was like, the faces were engaged and smiling and laughing at the right moments, and that's when you go, yes, I made a right purchase here.
Yeah, this living vicariously through your kids, and you're not going to go wrong with this piece. Great for all ages and great for all genders. It's an empowering female story as well.
It is, all female
cast,
Yeah.
mostly female creatives. I mean, female director, female adapter as well. So yeah, I'm really feeling this. So guys, head to your local theatre if it's hitting you, see it, go to London, you're going to have a good time.
But hey, that's just what I think.
It's just what you think.
What
Just
do
I
you
think.
think?
Yeah, what
What
do
do
you
you
think?
think?
We'd love to hear from you. Let us know down below if you picked this show up on your travels. We're the Breaker Leggers.
And the little Legos!
And the Little Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.